Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My dear student, today is the second lecture related to the conditional probability. In my previous lecture, I have already discussed different rules, different laws of conditional probability. I have also solved different problems related to conditional probability. Today I'm just going to explore some more concept in conditional probability to discuss some multiplicative rules in conditional probability and then taking into further into the Bayes theorem. So stay with me. Conditional probability, as I already mentioned, that the word condition, something will be given to you, some specific situation will be known to you. So conditional probability is used to determine how two events are related. For example, if some information given to you, then how you will calculate the second information with the help of the first information. So we can determine the probability of one event given the occurrences of another related event. So as you people know that conditional probability can be written as probability of A given B. So this is the condition on A. This line represents condition, something is given to you. So B is given to you. Probability of A and B. So you people know very well what is and. And represent intersection. It's mean the things which are mutually inclusive between A and B. So if I just write it, if A is 1, 2, 3, let's suppose, and B is 2, 3. So what will be A intersection B? It will be 2 and 3. So we will write probability of A and B given that probability of B. So at this way we can calculate conditional probability. If this condition is like this, probability of B given A, then we can write probability of A and B given that, because now in this case probability of A is given to you. So in both cases this term will be same, but this thing will be known to you. So you need to divide the intersection, the mutually inclusive. This is the intersection which is mutually common between A and B. With respect to, you need to divide with respect to the given information. So in some question they will also give you some specific information, probability of A. So at this way you will calculate conditional probability. So the rule, multiplicative rule, we have already studied multiplicative rule. If A and B are independent, then we will write the probability of A intersection B will be equal to probability of A into probability of B. So in conditional probability, one of the objective of calculating conditional probability is determine two events are related. In particular, we would like to know whether they are dependent or they are independent. So how we will know? So in general rule, in general conditional probability, for example, if two events A and B are independent, then we will write it probability of A into probability of B. So if this things is equal to the multiplication of probability of A and with respect to the probability of B, if left hand side is equal to right hand side, then we will say that two events are independent. If this side is not equal to, it means that two events are not independent, but they are depending on one another. So I have already discussed the concept of dependent and independent in great detail, and I already mentioned a lot of examples. What will be dependent and what will be independent. So if the probability of one event is not affected by the occurrences of the other event, two events A and B are said to be independent. So in conditional probability, because we write this for two events which are independent, in conditional probability, how you will write the concept of independent and independent. So in conditional probability, a probability of A given B is equal to probability of A and probability of B given A is equal to probability of B. Then we will call it independent event. How? So let me show you. Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by the given probability. So how we will write this? Probability of A into probability of B divided by probability of B. So as you know, if A and B are independent, then we will write it probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B, and we will divide it probability of B. So what will happen with this? This will be cancelled with this. So probability of A given B will be equal to probability of A. So that is why we will write it probability of A given B is equal to probability of A. And if probability of B given A is equal to probability of B, so similarly we can also write it probability of B given A will be probability of A intersection B probability of A. So if A and B are independent, then we can write their multiplication as probability of A into probability of B divided by probability of A. This will be cancelled. So once again, it's equal to probability of B given A is equal to probability of B. If in an experiment the event A and B can both occur, then probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B given A, provided probability of A is greater than 0. So I mean always probability will be equal to 0 or greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, then this law will be fulfilled. But if it is equal to 0, then this law will not be fulfilled, because when you multiply 0 with anything, it becomes 0. So how we will write this? I will also discuss soon a very short example in order to use this postulate in that example. There is another example related to the conditional probability. For example, there is a Venn diagram. In this Venn diagram, let's suppose this is my sample space. This whole is sample space. The whole area of this sample space is 100%, let's suppose. 0.51 is outside these circles, and because 1 minus 0.51 is equal to 0.49. So I mean these circle included 0.49% of area. So I mean these are different events. A, B, and C. So they already mentioned in this statement. A new magazine publishes 3 columns entitled Art, which represent with A, Books, which we will represent with B, and Cinema, which we will represent with C. Reading habits of a randomly selected reader with respect to these columns are, so these are the given probability. Probability of A, those who read art, is 0.14. Probability of B, those who read only books, it is 0.23. Probability of C, those who only watching cinema, is 0.37. A intersection B represent what? Mutually inclusive, which are common. They also reading books and they also uh, reading art. Okay, so this is 0.08. A intersection C, this is commonality, mutually inclusiveness between A and C. They mean also read art and they also go for cinema, so 0.09. So this is specifically the mutually inclusive items. B intersection C, books, and C, they mean reading books and they also go for cinema, is 0.13. And this one is A intersection B intersection C. So these are only those people, or this is the category who's also read art, who also read book, and they also go for cinema. All these are mutually inclusive. So now with the given information, now they will give us some question that how we will calculate from the given information. So probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. So this is main definition of conditional probability. So A intersection B is given to you, and if these things are not given to you, so you can easily calculate these things from this. How? Which part is mutually inclusive or common between A and B? So you know this and this is common between A and B. Why this is? Because this is a part of A, but this is not a part of B. Similarly, this is a part of B, but this is not part of A. So 0.03 plus 0.05, which is equal to 0.08. So 0.08 divided by 0.23. Probability of B is 0.23, or you can easily calculate 0.07 plus 0.03 plus 0.05 plus 0.08, which is 0.23. So you can easily calculate this probability. Similarly, if they ask you probability of A given B union C, B union C, so mean how we will write conditional probability of A, just like we did it in this one, probability of A intersection B union C. Now for the time being you consider this as a single element. So B union C divided by probability of the given one. So given is this one. So now what is common in the union of B and in C? So B and C is one entity, and what is common of this whole entity with A? So you can see this 0.04 is common between A and B and C. 0.05 is also common between A and B and C. And 0.03 is also common between A, B and C, divided by B union C, B union C. So B union C, how you will calculate B union C? 0.03 plus 0.03 plus 0.05 plus this and plus this, which is equal to 0.47. 0.47. So when you put these value in the formulation, you will get this. Okay, now another question. Probability A given reads at least one. Read at least one. So what does it mean? Read at least one. Read at least one mean they read only one, they can read two, they reading three. So how we will write this? At least. So one or two or three, because we have art, books and cinema. So they reading art, they reading books, or they watching cinema. So we will write this probability of A given probability of A union B union C is equal to, now you need to consider this as a single entity, probability of A given Z. So probability of, just like in this formulation, probability of A intersection Z, let's suppose this is Z. So this will be A union B union C divided by probability of A union B union C, because this is given to us. So once again, what is A union B union C? A union B union C is this whole area. This whole area is A union B union C. And in this whole area, what will be the common with A? So A will be itself a common. For example, if A, what will be A? A is 0.02 plus 0.03 plus 0.05 plus 0.04. So this whole area, this whole, when you add it, it will be common in this one. So when you add it, plus 0.2, 5, 10, 14. So that is why we just write, because this is common. This is common. So 0.14, and A union B, because this is 0.51 outside these circles. So which area is included in these circles? So 1 minus, let me write it, 1 minus 0.51 is equal to 0.49. So we just divide with 0.49 and we get 0.286. Similarly, if they ask you probability of A union B given C, if they want to apply the concept of this conditional probability, so how you will, now you need to consider this as a single entity. Let's suppose this is Z. So probability of Z intersection C divided by probability of C. So A union B. Now this circle and this circle intersecting with this circle. So what will be common in this? So this will be common, this will be common, and this will be common. So 0.04 plus 0.05 plus 0.08. So in this way we will write the sum of this and divide with probability of C. So probability of C is already mentioned, which is 0.37. So we will write it, we will write the answer. You can also use the law of addition for 3 events. Similarly, we also use the law of 2 events. Probability of A union B minus probability, for example, the law of 2 events was probability of A union B was probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So this law is for 2 events. How we can write the law for 3 events? Probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of B intersection C minus probability of A intersection C plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. So you can also use this law for conducting this